They said the Admiral was impossible to impress. They said no voice could move her. After all, she had commanded fleets, survived storms, and buried more soldiers than she ever wished. Subscribe to our channel and like the video, and stay tuned for more content like this. But no one expected that the man who would shatter her composure wasn't a Navy officer, nor a trained vocalist. He was a janitor. A single dad. A man who had learned to sing not from stages or teachers, but from humming lullabies to keep his little daughter from crying through nights of hunger. And on the evening the Admiral joked, "Sing this Mozart and I'll marry you." The entire hall laughed. Until the janitor opened his mouth. No one laughed after that. Because what came next changed his life, and hers. The Navy's annual honor gala was unlike anything Ethan Reyes had ever seen. He wasn't supposed to be inside the grand ballroom at all. He was only there to clean the marble floors after the rehearsals. But fate had a strange habit of pushing him into rooms he didn't belong to. Ethan, a widowed single father, carried the weight of 2 jobs and the dreams of 1 little girl. His hands were calloused, his shoes worn, but his voice, unknown to everyone, was something he guarded like a secret treasure. He used to sing professionally once, long before medical bills, military insurance issues, and a tragic illness had taken his wife and pushed him out of music and into survival mode. As he mopped the corner near the velvet curtains, he overheard the orchestra tuning their violins. Their notes made his chest tighten. He remembered nights when he would sing Mozart's Ave Verum Corpus to his sick wife, just to remind her that beauty still existed in a world stealing her away. He wasn't aware that behind him, a decorated woman in a navy blue uniform was watching. Admiral Helena Drake, known for her iron discipline and an intimidating stare, was waiting for the event organizers to finish arguing over performers. The hired singer had cancelled last minute, and now the committee was in panic. Helena scoffed. "How hard can it be to find someone who can sing Mozart properly?" she muttered. One of the officers laughed nervously. "Ma'am, the aria requires perfect pitch. We can't just pick someone at random." Helena rolled her eyes, half joking and half annoyed. "Oh please. If someone sings it well enough, I'll marry them myself." The room erupted in awkward laughter. But the Admiral's gaze suddenly shifted to Ethan. He froze. His mop paused mid-swipe. "You," she said. Ethan pointed at himself, terrified. "Me, ma'am? You were humming earlier. Mozart, wasn't it?" He swallowed hard. "I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't mean." She waved her hand. "No apologies. Can you sing the piece?" The officer smirked, already expecting a disaster. A janitor singing Mozart? Impossible. Ethan felt his throat tighten. He wanted to say no. He wanted to run. But he saw the mental image of his daughter, Lily, 5 years old, waiting at home, believing her father was a superhero, though he felt anything but. He inhaled shakily. "I can try." The orchestra members stared. The Admiral raised an eyebrow. "Very well," she said. "Sing this Mozart, and I'll marry you." Everyone laughed again. But when Ethan closed his eyes and began to sing, silence fell like a dropped curtain. His voice didn't just fill the room, it held it prisoner. Every note trembled with love, grief, hope, and every pain he had ever carried. He sang with the tenderness of a father, the heartbreak of a widower, and the purity of a man who had nothing left except the song in his soul. The Admiral's jaw slackened. One of the violinists stopped breathing altogether. A general wiped tears before they fell. When the final note faded, Helena Drake took a step back as if struck. "Who are you?" But Ethan simply bowed his head, gripping his mop with shaking hands. "No one, ma'am. Just the janitor." The footage of Ethan singing, recorded secretly by a young officer, spread through the base before sunrise. By the next evening, it went beyond the base, into group chats, veteran forums, and eventually, major social platforms. The janitor who made an admiral cry. Helena Drake was furious at first. She didn't like losing control of her emotions, especially not publicly. But the truth was, Ethan's voice had shaken something inside her. A place she had buried under medals and military duty. She summoned him to her office. Ethan entered nervously. "Ma'am, if this is about the video." "Sit," she commanded softly. This alone shocked him. No admiral used soft tones. She studied him for a long time. "You've suffered," she said simply. He nodded. "My wife, 2 years ago. I had to quit everything to take care of our daughter. After she passed, janitorial work was the only thing flexible enough for me." "That aria you sang," Helena whispered. "It's not an easy piece. Where did you learn to project emotion that way?" "My wife," he said, voice cracking. "She said when I sing, the world feels kinder." Helena's stern composure broke for a moment. She turned away to wipe her eyes. "You've been hiding a gift," she said lightly, but her voice betrayed her emotion. "Why? You could be on stages. You could be." "Because life isn't fair, ma'am," Ethan replied gently. "And sometimes survival replaces dreams." Something in that sentence struck Helena deeper than any military salute ever had. She composed herself. "I want you to perform at the honor gala," she said. Ethan blinked. "Ma'am, I'm just a janitor." "And I'm the Admiral," she said, stepping closer. "And I say your voice deserves to be heard." The months that followed were nothing short of transformative. Ethan trained with Navy musicians after hours. Officers who once mocked him now admired him. His daughter Lily came to rehearsals, skipping around the music hall like a tiny spark of hope. Slowly, Helena Drake became something unexpected, a mentor, and maybe something more. One evening, after rehearsal, Ethan shyly joked, "So, about your promise to marry whoever sings Mozart well enough?" Helena laughed, the kind of laugh no one on base had ever heard from her. "Ethan Reyes," she said softly, "be careful. You don't know how literal admirals can be." He looked into her eyes, warmth blooming in his chest. "Then I'll have to sing even better next time." When the honor gala finally arrived, Ethan walked on stage not as a janitor, but as the man whose voice had humbled an admiral and inspired an entire Navy wing. The lights dimmed. The orchestra waited. Ethan lifted his chin and sang. And somewhere in the audience, Helena Drake whispered to herself, "I wasn't joking."